Hi, how are you? So glad to hear it. When it comes to surveillance, the United Kingdom is said to have one of the most strict and invasive programs in the world. Critics have slammed a new law which gives British police and intelligence agencies new power to spy on British citizens, calling it, quote, worse than scary. Now, as we saw this week, the intense scrutiny did not stop a deadly suicide attack in one of the largest cities in the UK. So what are we to think when a government revokes liberty and freedom at the cost of safety, and it doesn't even come? Here to discuss, it's Dr. Ron Paul, host of the Ron Paul Liberty Report. Welcome back, Dr. Paul.
Thank you, Kennedy. Good to be with you.
So it's very striking when you see that this is a newly passed law that is supposed to give the people of Great Britain some measure of comfort, knowing that their government is keeping an eye on the bad guys, and that's supposed to keep everyone safer. What does it say to you about the over-encroachment of the surveillance state?
It doesn't work. It's failed. It's exactly the opposite. It failed, and they're coming back now, and they say we need a stronger law. And in a way, now they've sort of blamed the U.S. now for revealing some of the things that had gone on.
Yeah.
So they're trying to protect themselves. But no, I think this is traditionally the way governments work, whether it's foreign policy or economic policy or security problems or civil liberties. It doesn't work. And then when it fails, they would need to say, we need more of it. If there's a program that isn't working, you're spending your money, well, we need to spend more. We need to bail out more. It's always more and more and more because they're obsessed with it, and they don't understand how freedom operates and what liberty means, and that the government should be there not for this obsession with security, which is good to have a desire for security, but if that's the only thing you care about, you sacrifice too much liberty. You can give safety and security to a slave, but that doesn't solve your problem.
Yeah. No, that's it's the implicit freedom that is missing and that is compromised in these situations, and it makes you shake your head. But what are some of the differences between the UK and the United States? Because a lot of people tend to think that we have similar forms of government, but they don't operate under a constitution over there. Civil liberties are not built into the framework of their government.
Yeah, and that's a good ideal that we have, but some people would argue we don't do so well either following our Constitution when it comes to the Fourth Amendment. So, this is the tragedy of it all. They don't follow the rules, and then the Congress is derelict in enforcing the rules too, and they're either careless about it or they write a law and say, you can't do this, you can't spy on Americans, and then they go around it like the previous administration did. Now the information's coming out that even the FISA courts are admitting, wow,
that's exactly right.
Illegal spying.
Yeah, no,
illegal spying.
They're wrist slapping the NSA. So, what would you tell your fans in the UK tonight about how to keep their country safer?
Well, believe in the principle of liberty and know where it comes from. And a society that protects liberty means nobody can commit aggression, especially our government can't commit aggression. And when they overly react with spying on law-abiding citizens, that's an act of aggression against the people. So if you understand what liberty is all about, yes, you have rules against the violence, but you don't go out and punish the innocent people. We did a bit of that, and I'm sure the Western countries all joined us in. After 9/11 is that say, well, we have to do it, but more Americans lost liberty than we punished those who were responsible. It's ongoing.
I want to thank you so much. We're up against a hard break, and we'll talk to you very soon. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Coming up.